You are now watching the one and only Premium Culture Network. Life is lyrical.
The late, great, legendary DJ Clark Kent shared a story about Jay-Z's reaction the first time he ever heard Nas, as well as how Biggie and Jay-Z met, the beat he tried to take from Jay, and much more. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button if you want more content. This is Care from Life. Let's work.
That's another guy that when he was on the Live at the Barbecue, we were driving around in a burgundy Acura Legend coupe going, this nigga's nice.
Streets disciple, my raps a trifle. I shoot slugs from my brain just like a rifle. Stampede the stage.
This is me. I'm shotgun, Hov is driving, and we listening to Live at the Barbecue going, he's nice. We like him. You know what I'm saying? And then his album comes out and that's all we bumping. We like him. The beat 100% was for Jay. It's just that Biggie heard it by accident and wanted it immediately. And I just couldn't give it to him. And his answer was, you keep giving this motherfucker everything. Yo, stop, let me get that. You give him everything. And I'm like, well, he's my artist, I'm your DJ. So who gets what first? But the thing at that point though, it was, if he doesn't want it, you can have it. But it was for him, you know what I'm saying? It was made to give him to do the song. It just wasn't Brooklyn's finest at that point. But I'm on the road with Big explaining to him how good he is. And he's like, yeah, he's cool. He's yeah, he can rap. But I'm like, no, like he's it. And he's like, yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah, he's nice. But then, when he heard the record, then it was, I gotta be on the record. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't gonna let it go. He wasn't comfortable with me going and doing this record with him after he heard the beat. He was like, I need to be on the song. So when I introduced them, it was at the studio when Jay was making the record, which was an hour after Big heard the beat by accident. So I'm just like, you gotta wait. Just wait downstairs in the car and I'm gonna tell him. So I go upstairs, record the song. The song comes out, it's 3 verses, it's full, and then I say what I probably should have said at the beginning of the session. Why don't you let me get Big on the song? And everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy, and they're acting like, yeah, no, because we don't want to pay Puff. Like Dame was like, fuck that, we ain't paying Puff no money, plus we don't know him. And I was like, well, I know him. So Jay was like, if you can make it happen, it's all good. And in the background, Dame goes, yeah, but we ain't paying Puff no money. So my thing was, let's try to see if we can make it happen. And if it gets to the point where anything like that goes down and we don't want to pay Puff, then it would have to be Big saying this record has to happen. So I went downstairs, cause I acted like I had to go to the bathroom. I went downstairs, I brought him back up. I got called funny. They were like, yo, you a funny nigga for the whole session. They met each other. It wasn't even like they had a conversation. They just started to laugh, clapped hands, because there was an insane amount of respect for each other's craft. You don't really have to talk in those moments. But played the song. Jay says play the beat, let the beat play for 20 minutes. Jay goes in the booth and changes everything and goes, you ready? And Big's mystified. And I was like, I told you he don't write no rhymes. And from that point, Big stopped writing rhymes. He was like, I'm not gonna be the guy that's gonna be out here writing when this guy can do that. It took Big 2 months to put the verses on it, but in those 2 months before he did it, they were inseparable. The next day they shot a video together. They saw each other, they met each other, it was instant love. Next day they in a video shot. People were like, how did this happen? And I was like, well, he met him yesterday. Really? You met him yesterday? You doing a video with him the next day? It's crazy. That's how much respect there was on site.
So listen, I know I might take a lot of flack for this one. I've been taking flack all my life. It is what it is. Am I the only person that's not a big fan of Brooklyn's Finest? Or I love the dough? I just don't get it. Like Biggie and Jay-Z together should have been much more, in my opinion. I wasn't a fan of those beats. I wasn't a big fan of the hooks. I just felt like them should have been the dopest songs ever created, and they weren't on the albums anyway. But I've always been the minority of every conversation I've had, so y'all let me know. Respectfully, come at me respectfully. This is Care for Life, man. Always appreciate y'all. Peace, love, lyrics.